Hi, welcome to Rickshaw Scale Modelling. This is update 5 of the U.S.S. Rio Grande Runabout from AMT. Right, so on update 4 we finished off the painting for the warp nacelles and started putting in some lightning. Now, this update we are going to be dealing with assembling the nacelles, and hopefully the lights will work. After that we'll start concentrating on the main hull. We'll see how far we got. Okay, let's have a go. Right, the warp nacelles. Oh, you remember we placed in the lights, put the wires through the hole, glued the wires so it didn't drag the LED strip. So now what we're going to do, let's get the instructions ready. So now what we're going to do is assemble the warp nacelles. We'll just take them off the sprue first. Take the sandwich stick just to clean up. Obviously running your sandwich stick over will help take a little bit of the paint off, which will make it easier for cementing in place. So dry fit them first. We'll see how it's going to go. As you can see, that'll fit in there like that. And this part slots in there. Now the good news is it's a rather tight fit. So now we know where the contact points are going to be. Take that out. Just run your knife on the diagonal along where the contact's going to be made. So we're running the knife along the diagonal where the contact's going to be made, just to help the glue. I've just scratched my paintwork there, but yeah, that's okay. It's always a good idea when you're painting these, because you don't want effectively what's called a light bleed coming through the plastic. When I originally done this, I always thought the light bleed people were talking about was from the seams, and of course you are going to get that. You do have to block it up, but also through the plastic as well you get hot spots and lights. So it's a good idea to take a light like this and then just show it through. And if you can see any hot spots coming up through the light, then you know you need to block the light a little bit more. As you can see, that one's okay. So I use 3 types of glue: Revell, Tamiya, and this white canopy glue. Now, the Revell and the Tamiya are quite strong. They melt the plastic and create a weld. This one's got a thin applicator on it. The Tamiya has a little brush applicator, which is good when it's good for the capillary action when you're gluing. So you would hold the 2 pieces together that you're going to bond, and just put that and run it along the seam, and the capillary action will then make it bond. And also the canopy glue is self-explanatory. It's for gluing canopies from planes or clay parts. It's a white glue and it dries clear, but it doesn't give off any toxic odours, and so therefore it doesn't fog up a clear part. I'll get my glue and just put a tiny bead along the area that I want to bond. Get a glue bar. I'll check the instructions again every time I go and glue something, so they check twice as many times I've glued something that's gone horribly wrong because I haven't checked. And there we go, that's that in there like that. I'm just going to put in the nacelle. There we go. And that's that. So I'll carry on with the other ones and then I'll show you them all done. So now I've glued all the clear parts into the bottom cell. They're going to take at least 20 minutes or so to dry. So what I'm going to do, just move these out of the way. While I'm waiting for this to dry, is I'm going to start painting the hull. So again, like the nacelles, I'm just going to do a base coat of the light grey, like that. So once that's all painted, we'll leave that to dry, and then we'll go back to the nacelles. Right, so that is the hull painted in its base colours, well, the base grey. So I'll just finish it, so I'll wait to dry. Right, so I'm ready to glue the bottom cell together. So just minimum amounts of glue. Just run along the contact points. Like that. Let's gently pull the wire through. And marry it up. And now clamp it up. Clamp it up like this. There's an extra clamp here. So we'll wait until that dries. Won't be that long. These little F clamps are really good. You can get them in most hardware stores. Now these are the smallest ones I can find, which I use a lot for building ships, like frigates and things like that. But, excuse me, but they're very good for this. Oh, G clamps are good as well. In fact, I might just have to go and get another couple of G clamps on there. I mean, there's a good chance that you're going to scuff paint and whatever when you're doing this, if you do it the way I do it, like pre-paint. But it's not so bad if you're brush painting to top it back up, because we're going to have to repaint some of it anyway for the seams. They have to be sanded down, filled, and that so they we don't get the light bleed. If I connect this to the light now, as I said, every time I do something, when I'm lighting up a model, I always check each stage. So there we go. Yeah, we've got a little bit of light bleed there. and a little bit here. So these will be sanded down, then filled in, then repainted, which it really takes next to no time. Takes 5 minutes, if that. So we'll let that dry, and I'll do the second one off camera. Then we'll come back when it's all dried up. Right, so that's both nacelles glued up and drying up. I am now going to do the base coat. So again, we'll just... So there we go. So I'm going to carry on like this for a while until it's done. So that's the base painted in the base colour. Not quite, the nacelles are not quite dry yet, so I'll leave it a little bit longer. So it is now all dried and sealed up. But here we go. So we shall connect them to make sure they're working okay. I haven't done the sheet, so hopefully nothing's gone wrong. If it has gone wrong, not much I can do at this stage. So there you go. That's all lit up rather nicely. Yeah, that's all okay as well. Now what we have to do is deal with these little gaps. So first of all, let's have a little sand down. Well, the back doesn't need fill, which is good. A little bit of fill are required for the front part. So filler, I use plastic putty by Flagelo. I like this one because it dries quickly. It's very easily applied. There's little dots there. And then I just spread it with a cocktail stick. Like that. And if you do make a mistake, which I may have done, just get a piece of cloth and wipe off a bit. There you go. I'll just leave that to dry, then we'll sand it back down and paint. I shall start painting the contrasting colours onto the main hull. Right, so that's all dried now. So we're just going to take a sanding stick and bring it down. So we'll just paint all that up now and get it back to how it should be. I've also started the contrast on the main hull. You can see the colours starting to go in. So we'll carry on with that as well. So that's most of the contrast colours on now. There is more to do, but I won't be doing that until I attach the nacelles. So the next job is to attach these to the nacelle pile. Okay, to attach the nacelles, first of all we put the cable through. Let's pull them through, so they come like that. So let's check the fit with glue. And it goes in place. Pull the wires through. Do that as gently as possible. and then you check for the overall fit, which is fine. And then we glue that. So we glue it like this. So I'm just going to hold it for a few minutes until it dries, and then I'll do the second one. Well, that's the necels fitted and dried now. I left them overnight. I think the fit worked out quite well. So we'll put them to one side and we'll end it there for now for this part. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out the next part on this build, and I'll see you then.